Welcome back, everyone, to Speed Round 30. We've already done 30 of these. I do these once a month. That means, if you do the math real quick there, I've done this over 2 years. 2.5 years of speed rounds I've been doing this. So here we are. And you know what? Let's just get into it. From Xbox Clown, Orochimaru from Naruto versus Medusa from Soul Eater. This was actually going to be Thursday's Who Would Win, after I realized that the Who Would Win I initially had was actually more of a speed round topic. But as I was doing the video, I had something come up where I had to stop the video, and I realized after looking at it, I'm like, Orochimaru would make mincemeat of Medusa. He's got some more experience in combat, far more versatility in terms of every single version of ninjutsu, genjutsu, summoning he knows. He's got forbidden techniques like stealing souls. He can literally steal someone's soul or body if he has to. Not stealing souls, but take someone's body and put his soul in there. He's copied White Zetsu's body, or taken a White Zetsu body, so he's basically functionally immortal. Enhanced regeneration, wood release, bone release, hydrification to liquefy his body. Technically it's a they. Orochimaru's a they at this point, but predominantly used to be a guy. Yeah, Medusa has these things, but Orochimaru frankly just kind of stomps on her a little bit. Like, it's not even fun. It's a little funny, let's admit, but yeah, like it's not even funny how badly he stomps on her. So yeah, no, takes that pretty easily. Then from Jordan H, the question of who wins in a fight? Ooh, gotta go one more down. There we go. Goku. Goku and Yuji from Dragon Ball and JJK versus Naruto and Megumi from JJK. So the answer is simple. Whoever's got Goku on the team wins. Like, Goku is a literal multiversal plus individual. No one in any of even if you combine the power of every single one of these characters together and multiplied it by 10, you would at best get a character who's maybe solar system, maybe star level. Goku could wipe that person out in face form with their eyes closed. Like, it's really not even fair at that point. So yeah, Goku wins that, and so Yuji and Goku win. Like, that's just a scaling issue right there. Like, there's no doubt in my mind who wins that. So then, coming to us from Brandywell and Clone Troopers, the question of who wins in a fight: Pennywise, the dancing clown, versus Laughing Jack, who I don't know how to do an impression of. Again, this is just a cosmic scaling thing. Laughing Jack, from my understanding, is like some sort of, I'm going to just double check Laughing Jack real quick. Laughing Jack is like a puppet come to life or something. Laughing Jack. Let's see here. Laughing Jack, you are a demon. Sadistic killer clown who was originally an imaginary. Okay, so he is supernatural based. Great, wonderful. And yes, he probably couldn't be scared in the same conventional sense as any one of these kids could be that Pennywise goes after. But because you're not afraid of Pennywise, it gives you an edge. It always gives you an edge. But Pennywise also has powers too. And the fact is, I don't see this going well for Laughing, just because I don't think he has anything to really do much to Pennywise. Pennywise could just keep regenerating, so forth and so on after some time. If Pennywise really wants to, he could theoretically make himself in multiple places at once, scare some people, get some strength, and let the fight continue. This is also, whenever you're dealing with him, a battle of wills, and this was originally an imaginary friend type character with Laughing Jack. Pennywise, in theory, can just mentally deal with him, be it just imagine him away or mind over matter, like their minds clash and his is the stronger one. There's a lot of avenues for that, and I just don't see Pennywise or Laughing Jack having a really good time in that regard. In that fight, personally. Then coming to us from Devin Paul, Leprechaun from the Leprechaun movies versus Christine from the movie Stephen King novel Christine. One is a magical leprechaun who doesn't really have any bounds on his powers, save for the fact he just needs to have his gold with him. I think that's the reason he's so obsessed with his gold. I think a lot of people brought that up, that it kind of is a source of his power. If he's missing pieces of gold, then he's missing parts of his power. Now that being said, assuming this leprechaun is at full capacity, Christine is just a possessed car. He can literally just turn it into like a toy or whatever if he wants. Just literally just that, and it's done. So unfortunately, yeah, no, it's no go on that. Then from Lucas Rivera, we have the question of who wins in a fight, Batman or Solid Snake. And honestly, as tough Snake is, as much as he's saved the day, Batman's done it 10 times over with far more dangerous individuals. Solid Snake really isn't much dissimilar to like a Slade Wilson or something like that, who Batman would struggle with, but Solid Snake isn't anywhere near as skilled as Slade Wilson. Yeah, he's skilled, but Batman could handle someone like him if he needs to. Batman's also got a lot more on his side than someone like Solid Snake. So, yeah, while Solid Snake is a skilled fighter, and this might be an interesting little skirmish between the two of them, Batman's the more skilled, more tactical, the more intelligent, the more built. He is peak human. And just the more prepared individual for more situations. So, Batman takes that win. Then coming to us from Chris Dash. Chris, you asked the question of who wins in a fight. If I got this right, Kitana and Maylene from Mortal Kombat versus the Akatsuki. It's the Akatsuki. Like, these guys are just martial artists. Yeah, she's got some fans that are dangerous. Sure, she can bite you. These guys can literally huck meteors at people. Well, okay, Madara can do that. These guys can literally control gravity, turn into paper, explode with the force of megatons, manipulate armies of puppets, basically are functionally immortal, can summon giant swaths of water while shredding you to bits with their living sword, can put you in an infinite genjutsu hellscape, and literally just trap you in an alternate dimension for all eternity. Like, there's no question on this. They're dead. They're dead and buried. Yeah, so the Akatsuki win that. Then coming to us from Jack Zelly. I might have gotten that wrong. Sorry, Jack Zelly. Grimjo versus Rob Luchcci. Now, at first I didn't realize why he wanted this until I remembered Rob Lucci's Devil Fruit does. I'm like, oh, the two guys that turn into cats. Okay. This is Grimjo, though. This is Grimjo all day, every day. The Bleach verse scales way higher than any of the big three. You're dealing with dimensional and universal feats at that point. And yeah, so Grimjo easily scales well above anyone in One Piece. And he's nowhere near the strongest character in the series. He's not top 20. Wouldn't put him top 20. You got obviously the Soul King, Yuaba, all four Royal Guard. And then obviously you got the and then you got the Schutzstaffel, and they're pretty much all stronger than Grimjo, just overall. So that's 10 right there. Ichigo, your main lead, Aizen, Yamamoto, Byakuya, Kenpachi, Toshiro, Mayuri, Urahara. And these are just the ones I'm naming off the top of my head. I mean, technically, even though Grimjo's gotten stronger, I'd still put Barigon over him. I'd still put Stark over him. Sion Grans, Azisoyo. I mean, I can never do his name. The 8th Kenpachi. Him, the 7th Kenpachi, Unohana. Like, he's not even top 20 characters in the verse. And he still would make mincemeat of Rob Luchcci, in my opinion. My humble opinion. So then coming up from, what do we got next? Lazy to the Michael, or is it Lazy to the Max, or whatever? We got from Lazy, Homelander versus Sporicus from Lazy Town. Michael K, I think it was, who gave me this. Based on the description, He's like, he says he's an slightly above average superhero. Homelander is the peak superhero of his world. Now, mind you, no two worlds are the same, but everything little I've found of Sporicus, not that strong, not physically all that powerful. So yeah, no, it's Homelander all day. He'd rip this guy in half in an instant. Let's see here. Then okay, coming to us from let's see here. Who was it? Oh God, I hate when this happens. I wrote the name down and then the name got smudged. Dennis Garrett? Dennis Garrett. Who wins in a fight? Deku or one Deku. Oh, I skipped that. I meant to talk about this one. So this before that from Darth Shadow, Deku versus the MCU version of Spider-Man. Did I not write that? Oh yeah, there we go. This Spider-Man is strong, and if this were the comic version of Spider-Man, this would be a lot closer of a fight. But the fact is, this is still a very inexperienced Spider-Man, even near the end. I mean, he's still only just becoming Spider-Man. His strength is impressive, but as one of the guys I like to watch, he has the strength of the gods. No, this Spider-Man doesn't. Cap, even Tony said, if Cap wanted to lay you out, he would have laid you out. And Cap doesn't have the strength of the gods. He's strong, not that strong. Like, he's pretty powerful, and Spider-Man is stronger than him, but Cap has experience and skill on his side. Deku, though, unfortunately has the power of anime bullshit on his side, because he's already got the physical enhancement of One for All, which surpasses Spider-Man, at least MCU Spider-Man's strength by a large margin. Not to mention, now he doesn't have them anymore, but at his peak, all 6 of the quirks of One for All, from Smokescreen, which the Spider Sense would counter, but then Danger Sense, which counters the Spider Sense, really. It's his version of it. Black Whip, which is a very useful technique. Float, which allows him to pretty much fly. Frajaw, which stores up kinetic energy for more powerful attacks. And then Speed Boost, or Gear Shift, which if he even tags Spider-Man once, Spider-Man's effed. So, yeah, and then Deku can literally move at speeds that Spider-Man just can't react to. So, no, yeah, it's very much in Deku's favor. Okay, and then the other one I missed, or forgot to do. Deku versus Tigerhawk from Transformers. Now, admittedly, this is a giant machine that can shoot missiles, energy blasts, all that. So that does make it a little bit trickier of an opponent for Deku, admittedly. But Deku has beaten monstrous machines before, fought against people with weapons, giant kaiju-esque beings like Overhaul in his final form. He'd still probably be able to rip Tigerhawk apart. Again, if he's just going all out with One for All, that's enough power to literally rip that Transformer to shreds, I think. Not to mention every other technique he has under his belt. Again, Fajin with Black Whip to enhance himself, using Gear Shift to affect the speed of Tigerhawk. I'd take Deku in that fight, personally. Then from... oh, no, tell me what I want, what I really want. Molly Joy. We got Dry Bowser versus Frajaw from Ninjago. Dry Bowser is making mincemeat of this guy, because even though he's Dry Bowser, he still pretty much has all of Bowser's abilities. Even if he didn't, he is a giant turtle dragon that completely out-muscles Frajaw. So Frajaw loses that fight. Frajaw's not a character you want to put in a versus, because you're just asking me how badly is that character getting their ass kicked. Let's see here. Then from Warbat GVK, Darth Vader versus Darth Maul. Now this fight, even though it never actually happened, has happened. He fought, I believe, like a clone of Maul, who was skilled and pushed Vader hard, but Vader won that fight. And it kind of just tells you who would win. It'd be Vader. Vader would win the fight. Let's see here. Then, what am I missing here? I missed someone. Who did I miss? There you are. From Diego P, whose last name I also can't see at the moment. Kirby versus AM from I Have No Mouth, So I Must Scream. AM is a sentient computer. Kirby wins. He just has to and suck the computer up. That's it. Kirby wins. Because honestly, what else is it going to really do to Kirby? have it fire attacks at it, the Kirby, which Kirby can just take. He's taken far worse than what Earth can pretty much throw at him. So, yeah, no, Kirby wins that. Then from, let me see here, Ice Jackal, God of Metal, we got Lobo versus Vilgax. Vilgax is strong, and I will say this. It wouldn't be just a complete stomp. Vilgax can certainly throw his weight around a bit, but Lobo regularly tangles with the likes of Superman or Supergirl and can dish out pain. Like, he can dish out the hurt. So Vilgax, as much as powerful as he is, would not be able to last, sadly. So Lobo takes that. Then from, let's see here. Oh, God. Ooh, Scary Tashimo? We got Godzilla. Doesn't really matter. We're compositing it, so don't mind. It's Godzilla Earth versus the Regisaur, I think it is. The Regisaur from the Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. Not only could Showa era Godzilla fight this thing and kill it, Zilla could fight this thing and kill it. It's just not big enough to have any sort of real impact on a fight like this. Any version of Godzilla would really make mincemeat of it. So that's unfortunate, but that's the way I see it. Then from Eric Wald, we have who would win in a fight? Megan or Mithrigan versus the T-850. Okay, this one I might spend this is the next one I'll spend a little bit longer on since I'm pretty wrapped up on this. I only got the last one to talk about. Megan May is an artificial, obviously created companion that goes rogue in the movie Megan. Okay, awesome. And as we see in Megan 2.0, she's getting an upgrade to be stronger, faster, more durable. So this means she can probably take a lot of damage. She's also quite agile and has knowledge base of, anything she needs to learn to fight or whatever. The T-850 is the one we see in Terminator Salvation, that Arnold model, which is the hero. We also see it again in T3, T4, and T5. But not in T4, not T3. T6, 5 and T6, sorry. Genesis and Dark Fate, respectively. Although I did get an upgrade after that. So, Terminator, so the T-850's skeleton, I believe, got enhanced with cobalt after the original was melted, because all that information goes back and they use it to upgrade all the time. So, with that said, the T-850 is a pretty durable machine. It also has knowledge of Earth's database, so it can also learn fighting styles. It is a little bit more clunkier, though, and it usually has to carry weapons on it. That being said, Megan would carry weapons, too, if she had to. But Megan does have the agility advantage. And as we've seen with it fighting other creatures or model Terminators that just have like a agility or a mobility advantage over it, the T-850 doesn't handle those types of individuals very well. I would say Megan is probably going to be the craftier too. It actually thinks more like a human than the T-850 does. So I would say, yeah, I'd probably go Megan in that fight, personally. Finally, from Ryan Shaw, Ryan H. I don't remember who gave me this. Gladiator versus Jiren. Okay. This is another one that was almost its own versus. And in fact, this I think was the other one that I had listed for Thursday as well, until I realized pretty quickly that it was actually going to be a one-sided fight. Why? Okay, so Jiren, we know for a fact, is a multiversal level fighter. He's stronger than even his own God of Destruction, and even the Gods of Destruction are released on the multiversal scale. It took Ultra Instinct Goku to beat him, and even then, his Ultra Instinct ran out. Goku is also a multiversal level individual. Jiren's power, and so is Goku's power, is strong enough to shake an infinite void just by powering up. Jiren's still an extremely powerful fighter, has no real named attacks, but he does have that condensed energy blast, which is just a concept I love as an attack. Gladiator is Centurion protector of the Shi'ar Empire. His power is derived from his confidence, and if that confidence wanes at all, ever, or just starts to be whittled out, he will lose strength. He is comparable to individuals like Thor and the Silver Surfer, and the Beta Ray Bill. He has energy attacks. Sure. So on paper, Thor, who is stronger theoretically than most of the Dragon Ball Z characters outright anyway, if he's comparable to Thor, he should be able to beat Jiren, no problem, right? But there's a problem. Only one of these guys' power actually wanes the more he's going to get beat down on and start to feel fear or start to feel like, why can't I put this guy down? And that's Gladiator. The longer a fight goes on with Gladiator in any way, shape, or form, the worse off Gladiator is going to be, because if the opponent he's fighting shows any level of power comparable or even worse, greater than his, then he's in trouble, because he's going to start to wonder if he can beat this person. Now, mind you, it would take a lot for that, but Jiren is no slouch. Jiren could definitely be one of those individuals who do that, and just start to put the fear of uncertainty into him. So, yeah, I'd actually take Jiren in this fight. Most of the time, the high-level Marvel characters do, I think, surpass the Dragon Ball characters, although Thor, I still think is debatable with Thor, personally. Especially after the way they calked Goku for that last Superman fight, and therefore you kind of got to calc Vegeta, at least in a respected ballpark. But, yeah, if we're talking about, like, the high level Marvel individuals, no, yeah, even like the true multiversal plus individuals, then you're like, ooh, even the Dragon Ball characters are going to struggle there. But no, this is one of those cases where I think Jiren does straight up beat the character. This, however, is just my opinion. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Thanks for watching, though. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next one. Later.